And welcome back to the studio. Joining us now, all the way from California, is Ben Finley. He's a proud member of the Notre Dame class of 1960, and he recently recovered from the coronavirus. So welcome to the fight, Ben, and let me say it's good to see you and have you on with us today.
It's good to be here, Pete. Believe me, it's very good to be here.
It's very good to have you. I'd like, if you would, to have you start by telling us about your battle with COVID-19. When were you aware of what was going on and that you had contracted this?
Sure, I'd be more than happy to. First of all, let me say that, let me identify myself. I'm 81 years old. I have COPD. Excuse me. And the combination says that I am definitely in the high-risk category. So in late February, early March, my wife and I traveled to Sun Valley, Idaho, to the Black Summit, where we joined 600 other folks skiing and partying for a week. We returned from Sun Valley around on March 7th, and we definitely came home with all the symptoms of COVID. We had the dry cough, we had low-grade fever, we had no appetite and absolutely zero energy. So starting on March 7th, we spent the next 3 days in bed, unable to eat, unable to move. It was bad. It was really bad. After that period, about 3 days later, we began to improve. But then on March 22nd, my breathing deteriorated. And my family insisted that I go to the UCLA ER, where I was diagnosed with both pneumonia and COVID-19. UCLA locked me in a room for 3 days. I had a beautiful view of Catalina Island and a magnificent TV set. They would come in 4 times a day to check my vitals and suck my blood. And then on the 3rd day, they said, okay, Ben, you can go home and self-quarantine at home away from your family for another 3 days, after which you will be COVID-free. So at this point, I am COVID-free, at least they tell me I am, still trying to get an antibody test. But yeah, I would say based on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm back to about a 9. I am very, very blessed in that my situation was diagnosed early. I never had to stand in line at an ER. And of the group that joined us in Sun Valley, unfortunately, I have to say that 5 of them have passed away to date.
Well, I'm certainly sorry to hear that, but Ben, also glad to see that you've recovered. And I also know that you're one of the original co-founders of the Black Alumni of Notre Dame, and I was wondering if you could take a minute to tell us about the mission of BA of ND.
Sure, be more than happy to. Before I give you a mission statement, let me give you a little bit of history. Prior to 1985, the Alumni Association had determined that most Black alumni had endured their time on campus, graduated, and disappeared. And then in 1985, Father Ted Hesburgh directed Chuck Lennon, then the director of the Alumni Association, to invite a group of Black alumni back to campus. I happened to be one of that group. For 3 days, we were briefed by various staff people and students. And at the end of that, Father Ted said, gee, guys, would you please go out and help me recruit African-American students? The alumni said, sure, subject to the university making certain changes, which were defined in a document called Imperatives and Recommendations. I'm very pleased to say that under Father Ted's direction, 1 year later, the university had made all of the changes that we had suggested. And also, one of the recommendations was that the Alumni Association form a group of Black alumni. So 1989 comes around. And now the Black alumni have their first meeting / reunion on campus. And in that reunion, the BA of ND was formed. The mission statement of BA of ND is fairly simple. Our mission is to enhance the experiences of African Americans across the Notre Dame family, faculty, staff, students, and alumni. And I'm pleased to say that we've done a great job in doing that.
Well, Ben, it certainly is a wonderful thing that you did. I want to thank you for joining us on The Fight and let you know that you've got the prayers of the Notre Dame family for your continued recovery. So best of luck to you.
Thank you.